Warm greetings. This is Peter Nathan with another webcast for Tomorrow's World. Europe is somewhat beleaguered at this present time. It's only just got over the idea of a Grexit, with the Greeks leaving the Eurozone because of their debt problems. And then on top of that, it's had an enormous refugee crisis that is being so widely reported. But now a new spectre arrives on the scene, a Brexit, a British exit from the common European Union. British Prime Minister David Cameron has just finished renegotiating Britain's membership of Europe with considerable concessions made by the Europeans. This was the alternative to a British departure from the European club, something that was widely discussed in the last election, and to which David Cameron deftly put paid by offering a referendum after renegotiations. That new deal is now to be put to the British population on June the 23rd. The euphoria of a new deal announced on Friday by Cameron and the European leaders dissipated quickly over the weekend. On Saturday, Prime Minister David Cameron outlined his deal to his cabinet. 6 of the cabinet members have publicly stated they're against accepting the deal and want out of Europe altogether. At least 100 members of Cameron's Conservative Party want out as well. But Cameron's woes were added to immeasurably on Sunday when the mop-haired, charismatic Mayor of London, Boris Johnson, threw his hat in with the Out campaign. Not only is Johnson a charismatic leader, or as one said, a political box office, but he's seen as a potential replacement for David Cameron as the leader of the Conservatives and possibly Prime Minister. The news of his support for the Out campaign has dominated the headlines of the British and European Monday papers. So Europe will have to watch anxiously as the Brits go through the process of debating whether to leave or stay. Europeans are asking, of course, what will be the impact of this action on other nations? Jochen Bergsteiner, a reporter with Frankfurt's Allgemeine Zeitung, makes a comment that his concern that a European Union still dominated by immigration, the Euro crisis, and political helplessness in June might persuade many voters that European exit would not be a leap in the dark, as suggested by David Cameron, but rather a case of stepping into the light. And what will be the impact of that on the rest of the European nations? Britain isn't the only headache for Europe either. This past week saw the emergence of a group of 4 Slavic nations: the Czech Republic, Hungary, Poland, and Slovakia. It emerged as a very powerful bloc at this past European summit. The question being raised is whether their demands will pull Europe apart. The group is called the Beleaguered Group, after the castle on the Danube where the group formed 25 years ago, as they sought to collaborate and help one another with the demise of communism in the East. Celebrating their 25th anniversary, they've set a goal of keeping refugees out of Europe to prevent Europe diluting its Christian foundation. They've given notice that if Angela Merkel's plan to stem the flow of refugees is not working by mid-March, they will take action to stop the flow. Their idea? Erect a fence of razor wire to keep the refugees out, just as Hungary has already done. They will cooperate with Macedonia and Bulgaria to keep the refugees out of Europe. So not just June, but March also are critical times for Europe. What those times events bring in terms of other challenges, we don't know yet. But bear in mind, Europe is a work in progress. It will continue and change to meet the challenges that arise. We at Tomorrow's World have always talked about the place of Europe in terms of Bible prophecies. Our latest Tomorrow's World magazine features a lead article about the refugee crisis in Europe. An earlier magazine featured a place about Germany in Europe in the future and its role in Europe. If you haven't read Tomorrow's World, write or call for it. It's yours for the asking. Thanks for watching. For more information about Tomorrow's World and video and material on biblical and news topics, please visit us on Facebook or at tomorrowsworld.org. See you next time.